Well, I'm glad we've got somebody that's seen Snow White.
Oh Lord.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
No thanks.
Because I'm not watching that piece of shit. I know Rhino and Endymion and Tom didn't watch it.
No.
You know, the funny thing is, you know, I saw it Tuesday, so I saw it like before pretty much everybody, and I just been sitting on it, man, because I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for these people to watch this.
I mean, is anybody really that surprised in the end, though?
It's no, but it's even worse than you think, though.
That's the thing that's surprising me.
In some
Is
ways,
it's
yes,
actually
in some
coming
ways,
in.
no. Like,
It's sort of coming in worse than it was predicted to come in at, and that's what's
it's coming
that's
in
what's
pretty
sort of-
much where I predicted it was going to. But yeah,
but worse than their predictions, right?
yeah,
And
well,
their reduced predictions.
well, that
I
was
think
where
I
knew
think
it
the
was
only
gonna-
good
yeah.
thing to come out of this, though, is a lot of these fake critics are getting exposed.
Yeah.
Watch this shit. This is funny. All audience.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that?
So
How does,
that's
hang on, how does,
shenanigans and a half. Yeah.
sorry, but how does that work?
Well, because verified audience is only people who pay for the tickets through Fandango, I think.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
something.
Yes.
Like that.
And like 90% of the time, you're stuck having to use Fandango to buy your tickets anymore, unless they have a proprietary site.
500 plus
Right.
verified ratings. That's it. 500 people
Nobody's
compared
going
to
this movie.
5,000 plus for all audience. But the top critics is funny. That's at 28% now.
You know, I can't imagine being like a noted critic, like working for Variety or one of these places, and giving this movie a good review. Like it's kind of crazy to me, man, how like your reputation means nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, they want to play
Your
ball.
own integrity. They
Like
don't
your
have any integrity.
your
Yeah.
reputation means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But
I,
didn't they like at the premiere? Didn't they just have their own employees there, like Disney employees?
for the
like,
LA premiere,
Well,
yeah.
it was
Yeah,
curated.
right,
Well,
so, yeah.
actually, every one of the premieres kind of was. In one
Yeah,
way or
yeah, pretty
another.
much. Tom's right on that one.
And
I
they
just
moved
think,
on from it right away. They didn't even do any advertising for this, really. Like, the day this movie dropped, the Disney X account was dropping posters for Stitch. Like, they had Stitch in all the old classic Disney movies. Like, he was breaking Cinderella's glass slipper, and he broke
That movie's going to make $1 billion.
It's going to make so much bank. Yeah, they're just moving past this thing. They knew it was going to be a disaster. And
Well, look at
yeah.
that. That one's doing everything right. Like, I don't hear anything controversial about that, other than people are mad because
Yeah, I was
the
going
one
to say, the
girl's
most
too
controversial
light-skinned.
thing is like, and well, you had brought something about like the gay folk were
Oh,
having
the
some
gay thing.
freak out.
But the funny thing about if they really wanted to go that route, like they don't have to. They can do what they're doing. They could have just had him have a woman avatar. But I mean, I don't care either way what they're doing with that. I don't think it's a big deal.
I mean,
but
it
of
was
course-
kind of okay. Here's the weird thing about Lilo and Stitch. That was a situation where I don't even know if the characters you're talking about are the same ones, but the two aliens
yeah,
always
the
kind of were
disguises.
presented as they were always kind of presented as a gay couple, even in the old movie, but it never was like on the head, right? Like you kind of can tell that they're a couple, but it's not like brought to the forefront, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So I mean,
man,
I
they
don't
wanna
have
be
so much of a
overly
problem with that.
gay.
Yeah, they don't have to be overly gay.
It
Like the one
wasn't
character is
what-
clearly flaming as it is, but yeah.
It wasn't what defined them as a character.
No, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that thing,
they've already-
I think will do really well, but this is they're saying like 45 million now. I bet you it makes 42. So I think
What's
it's gonna
insane
come
is that
into-
Little Mermaid's making like almost double what this made. Its opening.
Yeah. This is
Now
doing
that-
That's
worse
insane.
than the
Aliens.
Marvels.
Now that you've seen
They
that,
still-
whatever it is, 40 to 50 million, what do you predict this to do in its entire run? Because
Okay,
that's
really-
really,
Okay,
About
before I answer that,
275.
Rhino, though, I think we should probably, start with saying that the reason why the Little Mermaid is doing or did somewhat better is because there was never like a live action Little Mermaid movie, right? We have to remember Snow White. This story has been told for decades, man. There have been movie after movie after movie of Snow White. We all know this story.
Yeah, that's true.
So the problem is there is nothing special about this Snow White movie to make you go out there and spend $20.
Well, not just that.
The
but,
other
like,
thing
that
I don't think that girls are really that into it either. Because you're 100% right. First of all, there hasn't been a million Little Mermaids, but the other side of that is the Little Mermaid is a million times more popular.
Yes.
Right? Like I bet you if you got together and you like asked a bunch of kids like if the top 5 Disney princesses that they know, out of a group of like 100 of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them might have Snow White in there. and I'm talking maybe.
Yeah.
Because most of them are going to be picking like Ariel, Belle, what's her face from Frozen,
Basically,
you know.
the newer
But
princesses.
she still had
Exactly,
a
yeah.
romance in that remake, didn't she?
Moana and all that stuff.
And which one?
The Little Mermaid
Little
remake.
Mermaid.
Technically, yes, but they changed a lot
Not
of shit. But no,
really.
what Verbal is getting at is this is where I was gauging the movie from the start. The Little Mermaid is infinitely more, popular with kids right now. And if that movie couldn't even barely muster over $500 million, in what world was this movie ever going to come close to that? It's not.
But do
It's
you
gonna
think, but do you think that if Rachel Zegler didn't come out and do what she did and say all the controversial things that she said, that this would have been more like Little Mermaid?
Well, here's the thing: it wouldn't have hurt it I'm
As
sorry,
much, because
well,
the actress that played the Little Mermaid didn't necessarily come out and attack the fans. It was the studio that said you're all racist.
Okay, but here's
So
the thing.
there
Hey,
is-
thank you, Chrissy. Thank you for the red.
This movie would still be bad, right? It would still be
Yeah.
bad. It would still be terrible. If she didn't say all the crazy shit she said, it might have done a little better. Like a little
Not
better.
much.
I mean,
though,
she
because-
told a lot of people to off, don't watch my movie.
Yeah, no, it didn't
Yeah.
help,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of
It
shit
didn't
that went into
help,
this
but-
that didn't help. But no, I think Verbal's right, because if you look at the diminishing returns in the Disney live action films, even The Little Mermaid and Mufasa, the ones that didn't have any controversy involved, even those didn't play so well. Even though Mufasa did better than a lot of people expected it to do, it still didn't even come close to the billion, as far as I know, that Lion King
Actually,
did, so.
Tom, it's pretty close, man. I mean, it's like
Is it?
800 million
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
I'm kind of surprised, because like I thought it was like lower than that the last time I checked, but it hasn't had any competition to deal with it. This movie is not going to leg out like Mufasa.
No,
There's
not at
no
all.
reason for
Not
it
at all.
to. It's going to die on the vine. It opened at 3.5 million in previews. We have no other numbers yet, and they're comparing it to Dumbo. Dumbo came out like 6-7 years ago, right? Like, so Dumbo
What was the
one of
opening?
biggest
What was the
flops.
opening weekend for Dumbo?
It was like in the $45 million
Okay.
range. So that's
So
where this
about
is
where
going to
this is
open
going to
up.
be. Yeah.
Which is horrible for a movie like this. If you're not opening anywhere less than like the $80 to $100 million range, that's bad.
And
for a
what's the
movie like
budget
this.
on? And what's the budget supposed to be on this?
As far
movie?
as we know, it's 180 to $300 million, because we don't know.
There's
And I
no
guess-
reason this movie should have cost that much money.
Well,
all.
and what I'm
At all.
hearing, from what I'm hearing, the reshoots weren't as extensive as everybody thought. They were kind of more.
Yeah,
in
but
line
they
with what I
blew
said,
their
but, like,
budget on the CGI when they didn't have to spend as much on the CGI if they actually had just done.
You could have got
live
7
action
drunken
casting.
dwarfs to
Yeah.
come play
and
those
my
parts.
understanding is they were always going. This is what I was saying to you guys before. They were always going to do them CGI, but the big difference is they did actually have little people actors that were supposed to come in, I believe, and be stand-ins, and there was at least one, if not more
That's
than one
so dumb.
person that they flat out told not to come in and audition because they weren't going to have little people play the parts anymore after the
That's
Peter
so dumb.
Dinklage bullshit.
I can't
That
believe
probably
that.
played a bigger role in this than anything, because like more people heard about that in the news than give a shit about Rachel Zegler. Like more people in our circles and the tabloid circles are talking about Rachel Zegler, but that Peter Dinklage shit hit the mainstream.
I think it's
right?
hard to say though that it's just one thing though, because Rachel
Exactly,
Zegler
it's
stuff
too
hit the
many things, yeah.
mainstream a bit.
Yeah, there's a
too.
lot of shit that
It
got
did,
thrown
but,
into
you
a
know,
bottle
Rachel
with
Zegler,
this.
Rachel Zegler went on The View. Like you can't say it. Oh no, was it Rachel Zegler? Am I getting confused?
I don't know if
Well,
she did, but you
she's
actually had
pissed
little
off
people
everybody.
No,
talking
that was
about it.
Amanda Stenberg.
Amanda Stenberg, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rachel did piss off the original movies fans. So she pissed off all
Yeah, she
those
pissed more
Disney
of the
adults
nerds off.
when she called
Exactly,
the princess stalker.
Yeah.
Then she pissed off Trump supporters. Then she all those
Yeah,
clips
she
of her.
said they should never know any peace and stuff like that.
But they're
Yeah,
actually using Snow White now in the news as an example of like, Disney not being as, progressive as they claim to be, right? Like you have a lot of little people, even Bill Maher, that's what he brought up last night on Real Time. He was talking about the Peter Dinklage shit. He didn't mention Zegler or Gal Gadot from what I heard. So
oh,
even though
that
they're
Gal
trying to throw
Gadot
her-
thing is a
Yeah.
factor too.
Yeah,
like
true.
that actually, because she's Israel, so that's pissing off people. And then of course you have the Palestinian people too, like because there's two sides to that with both of them. So that shit's dragged into this movie now. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
all
it's
the clips of Zegler being a dumb, like I've seen that one going viral again where she's like, I should get paid for
Yeah.
every hour that I wear this dress.
it's not helping the image of the film at all, but it's all
The good
been
news
like,
though, she's done.
oh yeah. It's
This
basically-
is the
absolutely
final
done.
she
nail.
was done before
in
this
the
movie even
Zegler
came out,
coffin.
dude. That's
She's
why
like,
she
I'm
was
actually-
in-
You actually think like no more movies at all for her?
Who
Or
brings
is
her
it-
in
She'll
now?
go to Broadway. She'll go to
She's
Broadway.
she's not
and
even going to
she'll-
Broadway. She's going to the West End. Over in
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
well, not
so-
Broadway. Basically, she'll just be doing stage shows now.
Yes,
And she'll
yes,
be singing
exactly.
on stage shows.
Yeah, I
she'll
was-
do
okay.
this for a couple years, and like I said a couple weeks ago, she'll come out in like 2-3 years from now, do an interview with like People or Variety or
Yeah.
Vanity Fair, and they'll talk about all the controversy, and then she'll end up being in some little indie film, and she'll be one of those people that's a big enough name that you could pull in some money to get an indie film made, and that's about it. So she'll be like second or third build in every movie. She'll be like the
Yeah.
girlful's friend.
Well,
Oh,
they've already-
we got a super chat talking about their favorite part of the movie here from Silver Screen Psychopathy. It's for 20. What a fascinating film. My favorite part was when Rachel Z squats over Trump and urinates on him. A little inappropriate for a kids movie, but at least we finally know what happened to the P tape.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, she really did that in a movie, huh?
Well, they've already cast her out. They've already recast for
This
Snow
bed
We
was
also
Snow
White.
have a
White.
P Diddy party at the end. They're all in
The
white.
bed was Snow White,
Yeah,
now
the
it's
white party.
yellow. What happened?
They've,
there?
they've already recast for the sequel to Snow White. If you would like to just share my screen there, Flash.
Trying. Oh, hold on. I hate that. It used to just let you pull it up.
They've already recast for the sequel to Snow White.
I ain't
It's
kissing
just
no prince. Now, did you see the other one that was savage? You know how, like,
No.
they basically, Babylon B put out a story that Rachel Zegler was so controversial that they were replacing her with Kevin Spacey, and he's like, I'm ready.
Oh, God.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, she's done. She is completely done. I'm pretty sure her agent
That's
already
crazy,
dropped her. She's not going to get calls. She's done.
Yeah, no, they do this.
There we go.
Jonathan
Have we
Majors
ever
is probably the
seen-
only one who's in worse shape than her right now.
I was about to ask, like,
He
have you
needs to
ever seen
make it a
someone like
comeback.
fall from grace this badly besides, I guess, those two? Or is that just kind
Oh
of
God, this is typical, dude. Like,
I mean,
this
Kevin
happens every
Spacey.
few years. Yeah, like this
Yeah,
is
Kevin
like
Spacey, I guess, yeah.
this is. You can go all the way back to the beginning of like Fatty Arbuckle, dude. Like this is.
Well, they
Hollywood
were-
has been full of.
they were trying
controversies
to-
since day one. Yeah.
They were trying to prop her up like the next Zendaya.
Yeah.
That's what it
the
really
thing
felt
that probably
like.
Sucks more than anything for them is these guys are investments for them. You got to imagine every Jai Courtney, every one of these Rachel
Jai Courtney,
Zeglers
God.
that doesn't work out.
That's
How
another
much
one that another
money
guy
and
didn't
time
really
is
do much.
spent into these Sam Worthingtons?
Sam Worthington, Jesus Christ.
Yes. How many of these do we go through every few years that they try to shove down our throats? Rachel's just the next of the bunch.
That's very true.
Sam Worthington's lucky though; he was in Avatar, so at least he
That's
has like
it.
something to
That's the only
latch onto.
reason he's got a career.
Yeah,
This is
but
the
at
thing,
least he
you
has
say
that. to
this-
just
Ezra
kinda come back every
Miller
once
is
in a while,
another
right?
one. Don't forget
Oh,
about
God,
Ezra.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's completely
Yeah,
done.
he's
They
done.
tried with Ezra, man.
Yeah,
Okay, this
Ezra's
is the
probably the
thing.
last one like this. It's only worse. Yeah.
You say that they're trying to prop her up like Zendaya. Other than
Well, that's
Spider-Man,
that's
what
done
have-
now.
No, but other than Spider-Man, what do you know Zendaya in? Like what? Like yeah, she's
Doom.
okay.
Zendaya has had Doom
Oh,
and a
okay, I
bunch of
haven't seen
other
that.
indie
Yeah,
stuff.
she's in
She's
a whole bunch.
smart. She does an indie movie, then she'll do a big movie. Indie movie, big movie. She does.
Well,
the
she's
whole-
also in. She's
yeah.
in Disney back in the day too, right? Like
that
as a
too.
kid.
Yeah, she's got pedigree and she'll be around forever. Don't.
She
she's not
doesn't
going anywhere.
bother me as much as she bothers
She's
other
getting
people.
better.
Well, that's
I think
because
she's-
she keeps
I
her
think
mouth
she's-
shut, man. That's why.
I think she exactly. That's what I was going to get to. She doesn't say anything stupid, really.
Except for
You
in
don't
Doom,
hear
like,
her-
but that's not her fault.
You don't really hear her take on shit, you know?
No,
not
which is
really.
how it should be. Not like Rachel Zegler, who wants you to know how she feels about every topic there is. Did
I
you
mean, as
see
long as
that
she's got
interview
a
she?
decent-
Did you see that interview she gave before the day before the movie released, where she was saying it's going to stop prejudice and end racism? It's actually going
No.
to heal the world. She's saying that it's the eternal
Say
shit again.
before.
You didn't see that?
I
No,
didn't see it either.
didn't.
Hold on.
Did you
It's
see
gonna heal the
chat-
world
did you
like
see
Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Did you see that Chat Music did a part 4 to their comments of the trailer?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I've got it if you wanted to watch it. It's only 2 minutes. But yeah, they did a part 4. I can't believe they've done 4 parts to it. There's enough content there to do 4 parts.
Of course, yeah, everyone's dumping on that trailer. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. It's in Allure, but it's really long. So I'm trying to find an article that breaks it down.
Oh, the interview. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Allure.
She's an
But as
idiot. She
racism.
did the crazy thing is that like these people have no sense of like comprehension of what they're saying and how it's having any effect. They're so narrow-minded in their own heads and the way that they think that they can't see any issue with it. So weird though, because when you cop so much backlash, how can you not see it?
Well, the one that bothered me the most is how they're coming after, or at least how they're using Gal Gadot now, right? Like, because she had been pretty much quiet up to this point. It was Rachel who had been throwing the low-key shade at her. And then now finally she's come out and said, I'm not going to be silent anymore. I'm going to speak out on this. And you know what? Look, I don't like when actors and actresses get involved in politics, but she's actually Israeli. She was in the military. She's got a thing or two to say about it. She's got a hell of a lot more room to talk than Zegler does about this. Why are they throwing her under the bus in this situation? I don't know if you guys saw the articles where they were doing that. I think we discussed it a little bit last week.
Because for some stupid reason, man, liberal white people are just all about Palestine, man. And I
told you guys this, and everybody's like, everybody last week was like, oh, but I thought Hollywood was so Jewish. I'm like, yeah, but for some reason, I have never seen so many self-hating Jews in my entire life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
As I have with this shit.
And the thing is, anything to go against, like, whatever sort of Trump believes and whatever, you know, all of that sort of thing. So they've just got to be the counter argument for the sake of being a counter argument. It's weird.
As MBBX says in the chat.
It's so freaking weird.
Look at these. I'm still trying. It's in this article right here. But see, that's why I was trying to find something that broke it down, because there's so much in this. She just runs her mouth constantly. Look at these photos.
You know, she makes some very unfortunate choices with her looks.
What is that?
Like, I don't understand, man.
Whoa.
She looks like a transsexual.
Yeah,
maybe that's what she's going for. I don't know.
That's a whole nother conversation that needs to be had. Like the ladies and stuff have brought it up on Toxic Feminine. It's very true. I know we've talked about it too. Women need to stop taking makeup tips or trying to look like trans men. This is a problem.
That's weird. That's weird, man.
Because most makeup tips from them are to make them look more like women, not women look more like women. They just make them look like painted up whores.
Why are women so freaking
Yikes.
weird? Can't live with them. Can't kill them.
No, the thing that's really sad about this, man, is at the end of the day, Rachel Zegler, she's pretty young. She's a young chick. Especially when she did that stupid interview a few years back when she's talking about weird. She's very young, man, and it's sad that she just completely threw her career away. You know, like, and maybe she doesn't even realize how bad it is. But
do you think the fact that she is that young and the fact that that could be used as a justification could give her a comeback?
I don't know, man. I don't know if people are that forgiving anymore.
No. I'm kind of with you. I don't think people are that forgiving either. Especially when they go into the politics side of things. People are so sick of these celebrities getting so involved in politics, and the fact that she said, you know, all the Trump supporters, I don't need your money, I don't need your business.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is, like, for me, I not that I ever defended her, but I've been around Hollywood for a long time, right? And I've seen a lot of young people do some dumb shit. So I tried to kind of give her some grace. Like, she's young, she doesn't really know what she's doing. Hopefully someone steps in and helps her out. But then she kept talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm
making it worse.
I just want to bring this up because Tom was talking about they should stop trying to look like Dylan Mulvaney. So this guy dropped this, I think, yesterday. If you see a difference in these photos, you're a Nazi.
Oh, I love this.
Then I guess I'm a Nazi.
Well, yeah, me too. Literally everyone.
We accept our fate.
Oh my god!
Hey, goddamn right. We accept our fate as men do.
Then I guess I'm not.
That's how you see it. Then okay, so be it. If the shoe fits,
I'll be the first black Nazi.
Goddamn right.
It's like shit.
That's
man.
so great.
Yeah, that was funny. I died laughing at that when I saw it this morning. Died. Sent it to like 20 people. You got to see this.
Nazi.
People are just so tired of this shit, man.
You want to
me
watch
pull
this
this
part
back up.
4?
Yeah, pull it. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. Pull it up.
Yep, I got you. Whoa. I didn't expect
Oh
it to
yeah,
be
this
sub-
is great.
Yeah, so this is part 4.
Oh, okay, I think I only saw part 1.
Showed this trailer to my therapist, now he's in therapy. Snow White, hello,
Is this Dan Vasc?
There's AI.
No, it's AI. It's AI.
Total box office income. Movie janitors are getting a day off with this trailer went Rachel Fodler, this is the perfect movie to watch on a plane. The odds of 2 disasters happening to you at the same time are
That's true.
That's true.
True.
If you'd had to watch
Wow.
mirror, mirror on the wall, Off-White in the 7 pronouns. Mirror
Off-White.
on the wall, intelligence
Which is funny because I know how much Flash hates AI music.
like those Indians
These ones are funny.
in the jungle. Disney used to touch hearts, now they touch you like the creepy old
Wow.
Please don't do it, I have a family.
This is genius.
the only step on video I haven't wanted to see.
The genius in it is finding the ones that rhyme to put them up against each
Yeah.
other.
Express. She don't need no like, she independent now, independent from success.
That's true.
Mirror on the wall, Snow woke and the savage gender.
Yeah.
The 7 registered
Wow.
give my therapist a call. Mirror, mirror,
Wow, 8,000 likes on that one.
stand and one shall fall.
There you go.
Okay, that's
She's
pretty
down,
amazing.
I'm down. Jesus Christ.